Hello, Reggaw Boys fans, and welcome to Reggaw Boys commentary. Yes, I know a different sort of angle this evening. There's some problems in the editing suite that I'm working on right now, quite well to get up to base quite shortly. But the Reggae Boys squad has been announced for their upcoming games in the CONCACAF Nations League, and that is against Aruba coming up on October 12th and 15th. Because two more wins, and Jamaica could very well put themselves not only in League A, but also into the 2021 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. So let's run through Jamaica's squad for this set of two games, October 12 and October 15. Amal Knight, a regular in the squad, you could say now, bearing in mind where he's coming from. You could say he's part of this talent pool for some time now, since making his debut a couple of years ago as well. So it's good to see him back in the mix. You could say he is our number two goalkeeper as it stands. Fabian McCarthy, he's back in the squad as well. Alex Marshall, he's there as well. In addition to Alex, you have Andre L.A. Lewis. Still hasn't been getting a whole lot of playing time, but I think it's going to be a matter of time before we see him again plying his trade overseas. If not USL, then probably Europe. There's some opportunities expanding for him over in that region. New time call up player Lamar Walker. Yes, Clarendon College and Portmore United's Lamar Walker. He is in the squad. Yes, he is. 18 years of age. Not sure if he'll be able to get any playing time. Maybe if Jamaica is up 4 or 5-0, then he'll get his debut. But he is in the squad despite not playing a whole lot of football with Portmore this season. So he is in the mix. Kevon Isaacs, Akeem Chambers, Andre Blake, Shamar Nicholson, the man in a purple patch of form right now. Everything he touches turns to gold right now, Shamar Nicholson. He is our best player right now. Shamar Nicholson, in terms of form, is our best footballer right now. Hands down. Doing great things at Charleroi. Ajani Talbot, Harborview, Shivani Willis, Bethlehem Steel, Deva Orgil, and Karagucho over in Turkey. Javan East, Brian Brown, Adrian Mariappa. Big up yourself, Adrian, back in the squad. Javon Watson, Damian Lowe, Devon Williams, Sean Francis, Junior Flemings, Kemar Lawrence, Alvas Powell, and despite being injured, Leon Bailey. Yes, Leon Bailey is in the squad. Can you imagine that? Just running through some of the comments that we've been seeing from you guys. He's not in form for his club though. Leon Bailey, yeah, hasn't played since that Champions League encounter against Lokomotiv Moscow. That's the last time he actually got some minutes under his belt. So hopefully these games, if he starts one of them or both, can get him back into a purple patch of form or into some momentum. Once again, no Daniel Johnson, no Ravel Morrison, no Nico Brett, no Michael Seaton. I could go on and on about names that I personally want to see. But for Aruba, I was hoping, in a sense, of looking at a few more new faces to the squad to gear up for the away clash against Antigua and the home clash against Guyana. But Tapa wants to secure qualification now, get the 12 points in the bag, and then start thinking about adding some more depth to the player pool. And I guess farewell. We'll see how that goes right now. Why we bring Bailey? We don't need him. Bring up his goal count more times that he's here in camp. We have to remember though that being part of the Reggaw Boy squad, it's not only about what is done on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. And I'll touch on Javon Watson quite shortly. Leon Bailey needs to be consistently getting call up so that he can know what it's like and build that camaraderie, eating meals with players, hanging out in each other's rooms, going to the pool, just being in and around the team is an invaluable experience. I can tell you from first-hand experience, just being around the players, you get a sense of a lift. So for Bailey, the more camps that he's involved in, the more comfortable he'll feel, and you won't feel like he's in a separate group by himself or neglected. You'll just feel like one of the other players. And that is why I think Javon Watson is in the squad. I don't expect him to be a regular in the team, but I'm okay for now for him, Javon Watson, being in the 23-man squad. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I'm okay with Javon Watson being in the 23-man squad. Why, you may ask? I know what he brings in the dressing room to the training pitches, and I know what he brings in the dressing rooms at half times during games. I know what he does, the motivation he brings to players. When we have English based players that come to the squad or European based players, he makes them feel comfortable the second they join camp. I know exactly what Javon Watson brings. And what he brings off the pitch at this stage is more valuable than what he brings on it, yes. But I'm okay for right now, for him being a squad player and just being part of that 23. I agree. Perhaps he shouldn't be in that 2021 Gold Cup, but that's another year and a half from now. But for now, it's okay for Javon Watson to be in our 23-man squad. That's okay right now. Daniel Johnson would be a great inclusion. Once again, logistics. Daniel Johnson plays his football at Preston, right? Preston North End. Preston North End is located in the northeast of England in a borough called Lancashire. So what you can do from Lancashire, you can drive down to Manchester, and from Manchester you can take a straight flight to Jamaica, to Mobe. But what I understand is that the itinerary that was sent for Johnson would include more than one flight, perhaps 2 or 3 flights. And that would be a challenge, bearing in mind you're arriving 36 hours before a game. Rolanda Aarons is a good winger as well. Rolanda has been suffering from injuries of late, so I want to see him back playing a couple of minutes. Watson brings experience and senior knowledge. Full stop. Yeah. Right. Blue Moon says northwest of England. Yep, that is where Preston North End is. That's exactly where it is. So I know what players say, I don't want to travel going 4 flights or 5 flights to come down. Yeah, it's a very, very difficult situation. Sometimes it's the availability. Sometimes when you actually go and book a flight, those are the available options. And at certain times of the year, certain flights are not available. You have certain routes that are seasonal as well. So it can be a very difficult method. And sometimes you're going to have to stop once or even twice to get to Jamaica, depending on where you're coming from. Scandinavia, Asia, certain parts of America, you have 2 stops before arriving in Kingston. It's just the reality of it right now. It's just how it is right now. No Wayne Gordon either. That's another eye-opener. Turtle Man. I suspect Turtle Man will be considered in the near future. But for now, the newest player is Lamar Walker. There's no Darren Mattocks. There's no Bobby Reed, because Bobby Reed is trying to recover from a niggling injury. No Bobby Reed, no Darren Mattocks. Lamar Walker in the squad, and so is Leon Bailey. Let's remember that. Adrian Mariappa is also in the squad, closing in on 50 caps for the Reggaw Boyz. Now that is a milestone, a wonderful milestone. Reggaw Boyz fans, what are your thoughts? Do you think that this squad is good enough to get 6 points against Aruba home and away? By the way, that away leg against Aruba is going to be played in Curacao on October 15. Why? Because Aruba doesn't have a FIFA-specific facility that meets the CONCACAF standards. So that's why we're going back to Curacao. Yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. So, Reggaw Boyz fans, let me know your thoughts about that. Let me know if that is needed. And you can let me know as well your thoughts about Leon Bailey being in the squad. Some people in the comments saying that we don't need him. Some people say we need him. I'm happy that he's in the squad. Let him build back his confidence, get some goals, get some assists. Let him do it. 2 games, score 2 goals. Minimum. Leon Bailey needs to be involved, and I'm happy for that. So Reggaw Boyz fans, don't forget to subscribe to Reggaw Boyz Commentary.